Today, let's talk about something called the mirroring method. So first, let's answer our first question. What is the mirroring method? Well, we can think first, of course, what is a mirror? Well, here we see someone looking into a mirror, right? You see what we call your reflection, right? Looks the same. And what you do, your reflection does in the mirror, right? So this is where the name for the mirroring method comes from, is a mirror, right? It does the same thing as you. Mirroring is the careful study of an English speaker. So this includes using verbal and nonverbal behavior, which we'll talk about. So here, mirroring we use with video because this is something we study and practice over time. So we want to use a recorded video of a speaker, of an English speaker, that we can use to study and practice their verbal and nonverbal behavior. So we'll talk about what that is. So you watch a video of an original model English speaker. And as you watch, you practice mirroring or repeating exactly what the speaker is doing. This includes verbal behavior, so speaking and the way the person is speaking, and nonverbal behavior. So this is body language. Maybe this means their facial expressions. It can help to look at someone's mouth for pronunciation, what they do with their hands, what facial expressions they make, and so on. So why should you mirror? Why is this a useful strategy? You can improve many different areas of your language learning by doing something like mirroring. So by watching, studying, and repeating native speakers or just good speakers of English, you can improve things like your rhythm. So rhythm is the pace and speed at which you speak, right? So each language has some different rhythm. So you can improve your rhythm. You can improve your intonation. And intonation is the way our voice goes up and down when we speak any language, right? So different languages have different intonation. And also the way we talk about things, we use different rhythm and different intonation depending on the topic. So mirroring and watching a really good model and repeating after a good model speaker. And by the way, model means like a really good example. Maybe no one is perfect, but a great example is a model. So someone who you want to be like, right? Oh, they speak so well. I want to be like them. They are my model, right? They are a good example. So also you can improve your nonverbal, so non-speaking communication. So remember, that's things like gestures, facial expressions, and so on. And of course, your overall confidence. This is an easy method to practice, and you will see yourself improve as long as you are consistent, of course. Another reason why you should mirror is you can see how all these different parts of pronunciation, rhythm and intonation and sentence stress and word stress and so on, make a speaker more effective and easier to understand when they are sharing what they want to say. And finally, it's enjoyable. Many students who have used this method say that it gave them more confidence and helped them to be interested in English again. So if you feel like maybe the way you are studying now is not fun for you or not interesting, this is a really great tool. All right, so now we know what is mirroring and why you should do it. So next, let's talk about who. So I mentioned the word model, right? This is the person you are going to choose. The model can be a native speaker of English or a really good non-native speaker. Choose someone you enjoy watching. If you really enjoy watching the news and you have someone that you really enjoy watching, you can watch them. And model, they can be your model. You can mirror them. So you can choose anyone. If you enjoy sports, choose your favorite athlete and watch them in interviews, and you can mirror them. It's up to you who you choose to model. But make sure it's someone you enjoy. If you are modeling someone who, it's so boring, then this will not be fun, right? So choose someone you enjoy. You can mirror people on many platforms like YouTube and Netflix. There are so many options available, and you can choose the person you want to watch. And you can also choose the topic that you are interested in talking about, right? You're mirroring someone's speech and body language, so you can choose the person and topic you enjoy. So that's very important. Make sure you enjoy it. Okay, next, let's talk about how. How do you do it? How do you mirror someone? What is the method? So I'm going to give 2 simple steps. And I encourage you to look back, maybe watch this part of the video again if this is a method you want to try, just to make sure you get it. So step 1 is to analyze what you are watching. So let's take a look at this word, analyze. Analyze means to look closely, right? Look at the details and really try to understand in a deep way, really understand what you are watching. So start by focusing on the big picture or the big themes of what you are watching, like who the speaker is, what they are trying to do, and what speech characteristics they use to accomplish that goal. So let's go back. First, who the speaker is. So of course are you listening to an athlete? Are you listening to a scientist? Are you listening to just a normal YouTuber? Who is the speaker? And next, what are they trying to do? So maybe you are watching something that is trying to inspire you or make you feel motivated, like you want to do something. Is that what they're trying to do? Maybe they're trying to persuade you, which means to change your opinion. So is that what they're doing in the video? Maybe you choose to mirror someone who is teaching. Is that what they're trying to do? And so on. So there are many things. Maybe they are just talking about their daily life. Maybe they are just sharing some simple information. Maybe they are talking about a product and so on. So what are they trying to do? This is very important because this changes the way that we speak. So for example, if someone is trying to inspire you, the speed and volume and pausing that they use and things again like intonation are going to be different than if they are teaching you, let's say. So it's very important to know what they are trying to do in the video. Is it to inspire you? Is it to teach you? Is it informal, which means maybe just casual, or maybe just talking about like a vlog or something, talking about their daily life, like they would talk to a friend? And how are they speaking? So this is step one. Analyze. Look closely, right? Who are they? What are they trying to do? And what do you notice about the way they are speaking to do that thing? So, for example, when you listen to me, maybe you notice what is the purpose of this video? Well, of course, it's to teach you about this method. So you might notice my speed is slow and clear. My volume is normal, right? Not too loud, not too quiet. And I pause often to make sure that you can understand. So these are some different characteristics or qualities or traits when someone is trying to teach, right? So you know why you are watching me, you know who I am, what I'm trying to do, and you can hear my speech is different than if I was trying to inspire you or persuade you or talk about my daily life, right? Okay, so step one, analyze what you are watching. Who is it? What are they trying to do? And how are they speaking to do that? If they are teaching, how are they speaking to teach? Okay, the second step is to continue to analyze, but in this, we're going a little bit deeper. So let's change that to, oh, where'd my mouse go? There we go. Analyze more deeply what you are listening to, okay? So maybe it is a 10-minute video. Well, you probably cannot use this method for the entire 10 minutes at one time. Maybe choose a short segment, maybe something like 15 to 30 seconds of the model's speech and focus on their stress, right? That the way that they emphasize certain words in their sentence, their rhythm, their intonation, or maybe these are areas that you are very good at. So focus on your area of need. Maybe you really want to work on your body language, for example, or you want to work on putting it all together and speaking more fluently with good flow and so on. So focus on your area of need for a small section of the model's speech. Then you are going to spend time practicing it for memorization. This is another reason why it's good that it's very short, right? We don't want to memorize 10 minutes of speech and body language. That's very hard. Maybe you could do the whole thing eventually in small sections, but just choose something small. And if 15 seconds is too long for you, you can do even shorter than that. You can do one sentence, right? So start with something easy for you. So first spend time practicing it just for memorizing the words, the intonation, the rhythm, and then slowly add those nonverbal gestures, movements, and facial expressions to fully mirror the model. So this is mirroring, right? So we're going to choose the person that we want to model, analyze or really look and listen very closely to their speech and what they are trying to do with their speech. And then spend a good amount of time practicing, memorizing, and really working on mirroring what they're doing. So something important is that mirroring takes time and practice. So some of you, this might be confusing this with another method called shadowing. Shadowing is repeating a speaker with a short delay. So for example, maybe I am watching a movie in the language, let's say I am trying to learn Spanish. So if I'm watching a Spanish movie, shadowing is just listening and repeating right away, right? There's very short time between, but that's not mirroring. Shadowing can be useful too if your level is a little higher and you're just trying to quickly work on your comprehension and understanding. Mirroring takes time and practice, so 1 to 3 weeks, depending on how long or how difficult what you chose is. So if you chose a vlog, for example, and you chose 30 seconds of someone talking about what they are going to do that day, maybe just 1 week. If you chose a topic like technology with a lot of vocabulary and that's a little more difficult, maybe 3 weeks. But it takes time and practice. So also, unlike shadowing, that you are choosing the model and you're focusing on verbal and nonverbal, so speaking and body language, to mirror the speaker's emotions and purpose. So this can be very useful for learning how to express similar emotions and a similar purpose. So remember, the purpose is the reason why they are speaking. So their purpose, again, might be teaching. So maybe you are an English teacher. I know some of you who watch this channel are. So watching a teacher and mirroring the way that they speak and what they do might help you to feel more confident in your ability to teach in English. If you want to talk about a certain topic and try to persuade someone, remember, change their opinion about any topic. Listening to a good model that you like, that is very good at persuading, can help you to learn and practice the ways that they do that to become more effective. This is something that second language learners do, so you learning English, but we do this in our native language as well, right? There are people who we think are very good speakers or very good teachers, very good persuaders, and we're very good at inspiring people, and we might try to be like them. And this includes trying to speak like them or express our ideas like them, right? So we do this with our role models anyway. This is just doing it in a second language, and it can really, really help you to learn how to do it, express whatever that emotion or purpose is more effectively. Okay, so next I'm going to give you 2 very good resources you can use to help you with this method. So I'm going to give you one for Netflix and one for YouTube. All right, so for Netflix, there is a Google Chrome extension. So if you use Google Chrome, you can download this called Language Learning with Netflix. You can use this to study your favorite shows and movies on Netflix. So let's talk about how to use it quickly. You can download it from the Chrome web store, which we see here, right? So it's in your settings, extensions, and just search for Language Learning with Netflix. You can also just go to google.com and type in Language Learning with Netflix, and you can download it. So it's free. Woo! No money, free app to use, free extension. And let me show you what exactly this does. So after you download it, you'll see when you watch YouTube or when you watch Netflix, a setting will come up and you can click to turn it on. So after you turn it on, this is the screen that you will see. You can see that it gives you English and the subtitles in your language. So for this example, I used Korean. So here we have English and Korean subtitles, but it can be English and so many languages shown at the same time. Okay. So once you get here, you can click the settings button and then you'll see this screen. So choose the correct settings, the audio. So what is the language you hear the Netflix show in? what the subtitle language is, and what the translation language is. So here again, I chose Korean, but there are many, many options available. And this is what you'll see. And there are some cool features with this as well. You can highlight a word and then something will pop up and you can see the definition of the word. You can click this little play button here to repeat the sentence and listen again. This is very good for shadowing, or if you want to really just listen, right? You can do short 15 to 30 seconds, also very good for studying mirroring as well. So click that button to listen again. Then, if you see the sentence here, you can even hover over or put your mouse over the word, right? So let's say your mouse is here. This screen will pop up and give you definitions and some examples of how it's used in the show that you're watching. So you can listen to just one word. You can listen to a whole sentence. You can even just click the word and hear the pronunciation again and again and see the translation in your language. So I think this is a very cool tool. And if you want, you can click this button over here, turn this AP on to stop the video after each sentence if you want to study hard and really listen again and again. So again, this is called Language Learning with Netflix. This is a really great way to study with a show or a movie that you like. And also, the last thing here is you can click this star button to save the phrase. So you'll be able to see it again in the future, and this really helps to organize your learning. So that's for Netflix. There's another one called Dual Subtitle for YouTube. So same, you can find this on the Google Chrome store. It's also free, and it's called YouTube Dual Subtitle. So it's the same idea, right? You download it, you go to YouTube, and then you can choose the subtitles two at the same time that you want to see on YouTube. So the Netflix one is a little better. You can click the words, but here at least with so many YouTube videos, you can see two subtitles at the same time. So I encourage you to use this to study your favorite YouTube channels. And if the person you want to mirror is on YouTube, this can be a really great way of understanding what they are saying and what their purpose is, right? So as you read in your native language, they're trying to persuade me. Oh, they're trying to make me buy something. Oh, they're trying to teach me, right? So having these subtitles can help you to understand and analyze what they are saying, and then go ahead and begin your mirroring study. So as I said, this extension is similar to language learning with Netflix, but for YouTube. So I encourage you guys to use these well. And the last, so we have Netflix and YouTube Google Chrome extensions. And here is something I have mentioned before, TED.com. So TED is an excellent resource. I'm sure many of you have watched TED Talks. People from all over the world on all different topics give speeches in front of an audience where they talk about so many different topics. Many are about teaching and sharing information, but some are artistic, right? There's music and poetry and people sharing stories about their lives, things like that. So many different topics. And many, many, many videos have subtitles in other languages. So if you want to study some very, very good model English speakers, TED.com is excellent for this. You can improve your listening, speaking, your vocabulary, and your body language. These people on TED are presenting, so they are very careful and very purposeful with their body language, how they are speaking. And because there are so hundreds of topics you can choose from, you can really improve your vocabulary about many different topics. Also, the videos have full transcripts. So a transcript is the whole, everything that the person says in the video that you can read. And you can also see a translation of the whole transcript. So this can help you with mirroring, right? You have it right there before you. You can memorize, practice, and really learn to mimic some really excellent English speakers. Okay, guys, so that is it for today for this lesson about mirroring. This is a really great way to learn and practice, and I really hope you give it a try.